riffs are too repetitive, the lyrics make no sense. All the songs are B-sides and the cover art's a mess. There's so much here to tear apart. Listen to it for a week, now that week has passed. It's Why I Hate This Album podcast with Tim and Garrett.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Why I Hate This Album. I am one of your hosts, Garrett Harvey. With me, as always, Bride of Frankenstein to my Frankenstein, co-host extraordinaire, Timothy Richardson. Tim, how you doing this week?
Terrible. Just terrible. But I do think this week we will finally finish Lulu. We'll never have to talk about this again. So good.
Yeah, fantastic. And just so everyone's clear, we've been listening to this thing 2 weeks straight, and Tim's earblood has not stopped. So let's continue on. I don't want to waste a moment. We may or may not put the history from last week in here. Who knows? Maybe you just need to go back and listen to last week if you don't remember who Lou Reed and Metallica is. All right, so let's dive back in to part 2, Metallica and Lou Reed's Lulu.
Disc 2, we start out with song number 7. Well, track number 7. Can't really call it a song. Frustration. 8 minutes and 35 seconds.
And you and your fruitless lover.
What is going on in the opening of this? I think I heard a vocoder through a theremin.
I was going to say theremin through a vocoder, so yeah.
I'll accept either answer. The Metallica of it all, much harder in this song. Vaguely new metal.
Yeah, well, they dabbled a little.
Yeah, a little bi-curious when it comes to the new metal, and that's fine. By that point, we'd all stopped listening. Sure, I could hear hints of Saint Anger, for sure. Now, Tim, we're smart fellas. You're a man of knowledge. You know things. Frustration is my lexicon of hate. Does that mean anything?
No.
It doesn't, right? Because I did a classic public school trick I learned as a child. Frustration is my lexicon of hate. So, lexicon means vocabulary, gang. Frustration is my vocabulary of hate. What?
Yeah. Here's the problem. We've done 6 songs that you could have pulled this trick on, just replacing things with synonyms and saying that doesn't make sense. Yeah, I agree completely, but it's definitely not unique to this.
Okay. The song continues. I see you with your portraiture. Does he love you? Does he love you too? The brush strokes kiss your breasts and toes. I cry icicles in my stein. Tim, do you have any idea what that means? Because I think I know, and it is fascinating.
So he's talking about old-timey portraits and the relationship of the artist to the subject, and how the brush strokes are, you're able to tell the emotional state of the artist by how quickly the brush strokes were made. Yes, the intensity, the amount of paint that was on the brush for individual brush strokes, that kind of thing. How long somebody lingered. No, sure. I don't think this means anything, but I'd love to know what you think.
Okay, so what I love is that I think you're actually pretty accurate with your assessment.
Oh.
I think this is the observation of somebody seeing a passionate painting, which I, up to this moment, have never said in my life.
Not me, friend.
Right, and being jealous of this woman's relationship with her artist. However, when I listened to the song, and I don't want to call it a song, I didn't pick up on how this all fits together. So instead, I pictured Lady Deadpool walking around. She's got her many suitors, and they're all giving her various portraits to show how much they care for her, which so far kind of what you said. And she's admired by many. And now here's where I deviate slightly. The brush strokes kiss your breasts and toes. I cry icicles in my stein. I took that to be maybe some sort of manservant. And as he brushes her hair and watching her pining over these many suitors, even occasionally, Tim, asked to serve her more personal needs, he's still nothing more than a dismembered appendage of a sex toy to her.
Well, of course.
Right. So he cries icicles into his beer. So I was picturing maybe she's got some sort of manservant, some sort of, not courtesan, that's a lady, but well, I guess manservant will do. And he's nothing more than a tool to her, brush her hair, kiss her breasts, service her sexually, but not a true relationship. She still admires the vigorous brushstrokes of Alexander down the street, etc.
Yeah.
The song continues quite classy. A sword between my thighs, I wish I could kill you, but I do love your eyes. Like Jeremy Renner, this guy wants to fuck, but also kinda hates her. Like, Jeremy Renner.
Yeah, that also...
I get the impression he doesn't love ladies.
No, because of the biting and the punching and the cocaine. Allegedly, all of that is so alleged, Jeremy. Please don't sue us. We don't have much. All we have is dusters and scarves. So...
Oh, God, Tim, don't tell him about the dusters and scarves. Oh, my God. We're going to clean our clocks.
I drop to my knees in a second to salivate in your thighs, but all I do is fall over. I don't have the strength I once had in you and your prickless lover and his easel in his eyes. So is this... Okay, so he would happily, presumably perform oral sex on her, but does not... Perhaps he has some sort of vertigo situation?
I think he is too nervous, Tim. I think he doesn't feel himself worthy. Every time he gets up the courage to maybe make a move or, in that case, perform some sort of cunnilingus, he seizes up. He continues, I feel the pain creep up my leg. Blood runs from my nose. I puke my guts out at your feet. You are more man than I. I think he's intimidated by her, for God's sake. He's saying you're more man than me. And this is something that movies don't get right. When you're truly scared or in a lot of pain, your body will vomit and you have no means of stopping it. So I think what we're seeing here is she maybe is taking him into a closer circle, allowing herself to be more vulnerable as he munches on that vag.
No, after dark. Can't say vag. I've been saying we're trying to get us on CBS. I think I figured out why you were so upset by this, despite my insistence. I meant TBS.
Oh, very funny.
Yeah.
That does change everything. We are 100% TBS material. Now, I do question why we had that meeting with CBS.
Oh, so it's not that I said it wrong. I did everything wrong. I got the two channels mixed up.
Oh, I see. Yeah. I see. You thought CBS was TBS.
Yes.
For all intent and purposes, you didn't even know there was a TBS.
Or a CBS. I don't know which way it went.
Yeah,
I wanted to be on the Everybody Loves Raymond channel, which I think was CBS and now TBS. It's confusing.
Yeah, I could have picked any show but the one that was on both. God damn it. Back to the song, Tim. To be dead, to have no feeling, to be dry and spermless, like a girl. I want so much to hurt you.
Yeah, the way he says like a girl, though, it's more it's like a girl. Like it
despises him.
Yeah, it's very dismissive. And yeah, then he goes on, I want so much to hurt you. Marry me. I want you as my wife. Spermless like a girl. More man than I. Spermless like a girl is said 5 times in this song.
As it should be. I think what we're hearing here is our manservant, as he's maybe getting up the courage to either acknowledge his feelings for Lady Deathkill or potentially perform cunnilingus, he is also now beginning to ponder, Tim, what are the implications of becoming a vampire? Vampires can't have kids, right?
Well, they can have kids in the sense that they can make people into vampires who are then their vampire children, and if they are killed, the children are freed from the vampire curse. So it's analogous.
Sure, but I mean, if you're looking to build up resentment in a kid, murder their real parents, and then turn them into a blood-feeding nightmare.
Yeah.
You're just begging for therapy down the road.
Fair.
But I think that maybe our manservant's a little hesitant at this point. You're going to basically dry up and become spermless like a girl.
Good God, who would want that?
Well, certainly not Lou Reed, like a girl. To be perfectly frank, and we here on the Why I Hate This Album podcast have the utmost respect for women, and a curiously large percentage of our listeners are women, which is a little surprising given the show. But I will say, in all honesty, Tim, if I were to dry up and become spermless overnight, that's not a thing I want.
Like a girl, yeah.
Well, it'd be okay. So, like, if I just woke up tomorrow and was a girl. Like
super in.
You know what?
So in. Let's make this happen. I don't know.
Okay, you know what? I wasn't going to go this direction, but let's just get it out of the way. Let's have this conversation now. If I wake up tomorrow and I am a girl, absolutely not. I'm not even going to let you see me naked.
Okay, what if I wake up and I'm a girl?
I will prefer that you wear clothes.
I don't know. What if I'm a sexy girl?
God, that...
I need to know it's me. Like, it's not...
Of course I do.
This is not... It's a body switch movie, but sure. Like, deep down, like, that's Tim.
Yeah, absolutely. So let me also say, if I do wake up tomorrow and I'm a girl, you know you cannot bang me.
And I can convince you.
You can try. I mean, I don't see how that's any different from what's happening on a daily basis currently, but except that I will be a girl now. But sure, Tim, why not? I don't. Que sera, sera. Other way around. I mean, absolutely not. Could I bang you? But yeah, I guess I would allow you to. Man, but it's you. That if there was ever a dick killer on planet Earth, it's watching you gaze out from anybody's eyes.
Yeah. Dead and beady.
Anyway.
This is one of the songs that is most free-form poetry and least song-like. And during a lot of these parts, Lars just does this free-form drum solo that he is not suited for. Like, he's not a terrible drummer. No, not at all. He is a very conventional drummer. He's good at what he does. If he stays in the Metallica lane, it's fine. But he's not great at curveballs.
No, he has a sound. He needs to stick with that sound. Don't try to create new material outside your wheelhouse.
Yeah, or come up with something on the spot, which I think is what he's doing here.
Or demand to address Congress on musical rights acts.
Yeah, keep doing that. That's okay. Track number 8, Little Dog, 8 minutes.
If you got the money, you can go to the top.
Opens with some lovely acoustic guitar, despite it only being played through the left channel.
Yeah. The intro guitar makes it seem like this is gonna be good, and then you've got a song that just borders on being a creation of a predictive text program.
Oh, yeah. Well, okay. When you see 8 minutes on a Lou Reed Metallica collabo, and you know that there's going to be 7 verses and an outro, you definitely wonder what you're in for. And depending on how you want to look at this, Tim, it could just be a crazy story about a couple of cute doggies, a real Yogi and Batman adventure, but that's not what I think we have here. I'm not going to give away exactly what I think this song's about just yet. Before we talk about the lyrics, got a couple of things that stood out to me. Almost reminds me a little bit of a less good Nick Drake Black Eyed Dog. And then the delivery, and this will blow your mind if you agree. You may just call me a stupid asshole. There are stanzas, verses, vignettes, I don't know what to call them, sections of this song that have the exact same rhythm as Working Class Hero.
Hold on.
You got the money, you can go to the top. Yeah. Female dog don't care what you got. A working class hero is something to be.
Yeah. You're not wrong. You're not right.
Yeah, it doesn't make it better, though.
Wrong. This song would be so much better if, and by better I of course mean funnier, if Hetfield was shouting Little Dog throughout the background. But he just, this is the one to do it on. Little dog. Just little dog. Yeah, and he just doesn't do it. It's so weird.
Missed opportunity.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into the tale of the little dog. The song begins. Little dog who can't get in, moaning at the bedside, moaning from each limb. Little dog who can't get in, can only cry, but cannot swim. Adorable. It's just a tale about a little dog.
Absolutely.
He wants to get in that bed.
Well, yeah, as dogs do.
Then he continues, pony legs, little trot. Little dog has to wait a lot. The bigger dog has got his spot and elbowed him away. That's just a fun story about a dog so far.
Yeah, it feels like a morality tale or it feels like this is a setup for one of Aesop's fables.
Oh, sure. I feel like I'm watching Rocky and Bullwinkle as we speak. Before your time.
Before my America time, certainly.
Oh, God, yes. Anyway, then the song continues, Tim, and I think this is where things start to get a little different now. Listen to him barking. Listen to him call. Little dog don't have much at all. A puny body and a tiny dick. A little dog can make you sick. Now, why did we have to go make it weird and gross?
Oh, well, I'm sure that's going to be the last mention of canine genitalia.
Of course. I gotta say, across the board, this album or any other, I don't want to hear not a single mention of dog dicks in my songs.
Yeah.
Just as a rule.
Yeah, I think that's a good rule. I think we can put that right up there with don't name places and don't spell.
Yeah. If you got money, you can go to the top. The female dog don't care what you got.
So that's a little commentary on how women are only interested in money, and if you have enough money, you can...
It doesn't matter what you look like.
Right, yeah. Somebody did a behavioral economics paper that was looking at your Match.coms and such.
Sure.
And they actually were able to quantify if you're 5'10" or above, it doesn't matter. And so I'm making these numbers up, but something to this effect. So 5'10" and above, it doesn't matter to women. But for every inch below 5'10" that you are, you have to make like $30,000 more. That's essentially the cost of that.
Wow, that's very interesting. I thought it was going to be more tied to like facial symmetry and shit like that.
I'm sure there's stuff like that as well, but I think that's just like the easy one to do. If you get one of the sites where you list approximately how much you make and also your height, the responses you get, you have to make about $30,000 more for every inch below 5'10" you are. Something to that effect.
I'm fascinated by the fact that there's dating sites that allow you to list or ask you to list your rough income.
I'm fascinated that there's some that don't.
Really?
Yeah, that seems like a
deal breaker?
No. I just think that for a lot of people, that's your big thing. Like, I make a lot of money. I think there's dating websites that cater specifically to like wealthy people.
Well, sure. Yeah, that makes sense. But like in a Gen Pop situation, like what relevance does it have?
I think a lot to a lot of people. I think a lot of people are on those general sites pretending that they don't care, but really they care.
And this is coming from a person that is actively the victim of somebody that at will drains his bank accounts for the stupidest reasons on the planet. Even when he has an allowance and a corporate card tied to accounts that don't have my credit rating on them. But still, you keep stealing my fucking credit card.
If you got the money, you can go to the top. The female dog don't care what you got. As long as you can raise that little doggy face to a cold-hearted pussy, you could have it. God damn it. You could have a taste.
This is not a fun tale about a doggy. Now, Tim, how does this relate back to Lady Deathstrike? Let me explain. I think that, and who could know what her name is? Madam Dread. Tough to say. I think that this might be about a number two, an underling, a just as attractive, just as powerful, just as independent woman that's just below Lady Deathkill. She's jealous of our main character. She knows what it's going to take it away. She's going to need the power. She's going to need the money. It doesn't matter who's the stronger vampire in this modern workaday world. Maybe this is set in the 80s. She could be embracing that go-go 80s lifestyle. She's going to maybe pull an end around a great betrayal, see if there's some way to topple the head vampire, Mistress Death, I don't remember. Something like that. Maybe she's the little dog.
I like that. She's trying to work her way up and pull a little coup.
Yeah, who doesn't like a blood-filled coup? The song continues. The little dog with the $100 spot can run his tongue over the hot in trot. Even the little dog can get ladies? What if you as a vampire got changed like too early? So like in this case, you might be the little dog. Like let's say you're 16, so it's not too creepy, but you like maybe have the physical physique of like a small 11-year-old. But you're trapped in that forever.
Yeah, I can see that. So you
need, like just a for instance, like not that anyone could relate to that particular situation, but like then you could never really, imagine being like a 200-year-old vampire, but you have the body of a small framed 8-year-old girl, but you're a boy. You're never going to get ladies. So you're going to have to get some money, a little bit of power, a little bit of swagger if you want to lure the ladies. I mean, this is true. Let's throw down some truths, Tim. Ugly people have the best personalities. You know why? Because they're ugly. You got to make up for what you don't got. And hey, I speak from experience. My right eye doesn't open as much as my left eye. And I have to deal with that challenge.
Garrett, I think I've got some good news for you.
What's that?
You're a handsome man.
No, I know, Tim, but I'm just saying. Well, sure. No, I'm just, it's the reason that I know how to make a bump key. Like, it's not a dramatic change to my personality.
Gotcha.
I just, seeing that small imperfection, I had to acquire a skill in order to overcome that. So should somebody ever point it out, I'm like, right, but I can get you into most houses.
Yeah, that is true. Yep.
Okay, the song continues. My small dog, he wants what I got, wants to run his tongue over my hot spot. Mm-hmm. I think Mistress Dread might be on to her betrayer.
Maybe. I think it's more of an oral sex reference, but sure.
Well, yeah. Tale of jealousy and how the little guy has to get a leg up by any means necessary. Sometimes money, sometimes betrayal, sometimes cold-hearted murder. Told somehow over 8 minutes. It's all those dog dicks.
It certainly is all the dog dicks. Track number 9, Dragon, 11 minutes and 10 seconds.
And the taste of your vulva and everything on it. We all really love you.
This song opens with a very strange sound. I couldn't place it. I think it might be the ostrich thing, because it sounds like two guitars are being untuned, and then like one of them was just set down with the pedal still on, so you just hear like reverb going endlessly. The song opens with, "You don't actually care. Love for you is no beginning. Oh, you think you're so special, that there's no law meant for you. You come and go like the goddess you are. We're mere mortals below." Tim, I think that hair-brushing manservant is the betrayer. Boom! Twist.
Okay.
He's finally gotten tired of her rejecting his love. He sees that you don't care. Love is no beginning. So the song continues. "We are mere mortals below, are meant to be peons, are meant to be servants, are meant to be dismissible objects one fucks with." This sounds like a guy who's just tired of Mistress Dread's shit.
Absolutely. And then we get more Lou hints as to his particular fuck style, or at least how he thinks about sex. "To notice the pining, the self-deprivation, the self-flagellation of you, dear worshippers. We do like you regal, we do like you haughty. We do love to look upon your perfect body, the hair on your shoulders, the smell in your armpit, the taste of your vulva, and everything on it. We really love you."
They worship the ground she walks on, Tim. She has an endless stream of manservants willing to treat her every desire. In particular, let's give him a name. We didn't even name the poor bastard. Eric?
Yes,
What are you
Eric
feeling?
or Eduardo, maybe. Perhaps he's a little Latin.
It's a mouthful. We're going to be saying it a lot. This is 100 albums, Tim. Let's give him a good name. He is about to be a big part of this story.
John Bon Jovi.
Taken.
Elliot.
Chauncey? Elliot.
No,
Okay,
Elliot's
Elliot.
Ashes.
Kearney.
Yep, there it is.
So Kearney has had enough. He's had enough, Tim. After the lines you just read and the "You Don't Even See Us," we get a nice instrumental break so Metallica can remind us all they're still here. And then the song continues. "I am clawing your chest until your collarbone bleeds, piercing your nipples till I bite them off. I scratch your face and bite your shoulders. Way above caring, in your Kotex jukebox. Well, there's a lot in here, Tim. I think the betrayal is finally at play. The second banana has put in place this unrequited love, this manservant. He's being manipulated, used to get close and take out that head vampire. Clawing at the chest, biting off nipples. The Kotex jukebox. Thoughts?
I don't know. What does Kotex mean?
Kotex, I believe, is a brand name for tampons. I think he's talking about her vagina.
That plays music.
Dick music.
Oh, I got it. Yep.
Yeah, intercourse.
Yep. Okay, so Kotex jukebox, that's a weird way to refer to sexual intercourse. He also refers to the liquid exchange of our heart. Is that banging?
No.
Oh.
It's death.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to use the liquid exchange of our heart as a euphemism for sex from now on.
Sounds like a plan.
Don't fuck Lou Reed. I mean, obviously not now, but
Sure,
in the
that'd be
past, also don't do that.
Not unless you like Hep C. The song continues. "I'm doomed, I'm swearing, waiting for you in your high heels and nightie. Your leather dress squeaking, latex now sweating, waiting for you. In your tincture, your opium white bathrobe, your white tiles run red now. We are both dead now, the liquid exchange of our heart. He lies in wait, Tim, sitting in her closet. He jumps out, ha ha, and murders her when she least expects it. She's most vulnerable. Tim, do you know where he kills her? On the turlet.
Oh.
Is there a better place or time to attack another human being? I say no. Who among us? It is a biological function that you must relax and let your guard down when defecating.
Absolutely.
What better time to kill?
Yeah, no, I could definitely shoot a man on the toilet. Or a lady. I don't want to be sexist.
You saw me take the drink of the Snapple. You know what you're doing. Don't appreciate it. Come on, Peach.
Yeah, that's lung Snapple now.
I digress.
The other time that somebody is most vulnerable is right after they've taken a sip of Snapple.
Apparently. Jesus Christ. The song ends with, "Oh my dear, oh my dear, oh my dear." Oblivious to caring. Are we really dead now? Are we really dead now? And then the song kind of just repeats again for the last 3 verses with small variations on that theme.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Track number 10, Junior Dad, 19 minutes and 30 seconds.
With him and changed him into Junior Dad.
I mean, thank God it's the last song, but also there's like a quarter of this album.
Sure, it's a real mixed bag here because if we'd started with this song, I would have immediately vetoed this album. I hate this. And it's not because of the length.
Conventionally, I think it might be the best song.
Yes, it is.
But yeah, I hate it as well. The problem for me is that Junior Dad is an inherently funny coupling of words to me, and I can't really explain why.
I can't either.
It sounds like an 80s comedy. Maybe a kid switches places with his father through a magic baseball hat or like a witch's curse.
We'll be right back with more Junior Dad after these messages.
Yeah, but apparently this is super meaningful.
Apparently James Hetfield found this song so moving, so inspiring, that both he and Kirk Hammett found each other quietly weeping in the break room of the recording studio at the moving words by Mr. Lou Reed.
Yeah, the sheer beauty of these lyrics caused Kirk Hammett and James Hetfield to both weep. And we're going to read some of those. That's lie about that.
Yeah, that's impossible.
Yeah.
They're lying now, I hope.
I'm a crier. I cry
world-renowned crier.
Yeah, and I would not admit to this.
Oh, God, no. I mean, it's ridiculous. Okay, let's read it. Would you come to me if I was half drowning? An arm above the last wave? Would you come to me? Would you pull me up? Would the effort really hurt you? Is it unfair to ask you to help pull me up?
Pull me up. Would you be my Lord and Savior? Pull me up by my hair. Now, would you kiss me on my lips?
Wait, are you reading lyrics?
Yep.
Okay.
Scalding. My dead father has the motor and he's driving toward an island of lost souls. Sonny, a monkey, then to a monkey, I will teach you meanness, fear and blindness.
Yep.
So his dad is in some sort of Stephen King hell.
Some sort of monkey run hell. Monkey. We'll be right back with more monkey hell. I think the intent, and don't feel bad, it's not in here, but I think the intent was I am carrying out the sins of my father.
Okay.
Like a monkey teaching a monkey, he's been taught meanness, fear, and blindness, no social redeeming kindness, or a state of grace. So I think he's saying he's his father's son. He was raised to be an animal, from an animal to an animal, and he carries forth these deeds and ideas in his day-to-day life.
Okay, fair enough.
Because he says, my dead father has the motor and he's driving. So it's basically saying, maybe he's possessed by his father, Tim. Who knows? Or, you know what? Boy, this is something we've never seen before. And I want to be real clear. This is just a theory, folks. Don't get scared. When a vampire dies, could it potentially, Tim, become a ghost that then haunts you or inhabits you?
I think he could only haunt another vampire.
Ooh, that's a weird catch. Tim, I think you'd need a rule book to know that. Who's going to enforce it?
I mean, Jesus.
Okay.
This song, I think it's the longest by far. I don't think that. I know that.
Yeah.
It might have the fewest lyrics.
Yeah, it was delightful.
And ends with an 8+ minute instrumental because it's deep and weighty.
It did give me a headache. I will admit that.
Yeah. And again, we had to listen to that every listen. So we heard Junior Dad. Garrett, I spent 195 minutes this week listening to Junior Dad.
Time well spent.
Yeah, absolutely.
The song continues. Hiccup, the dream is over. Get the coffee, turn the lights on, say hello to Junior Dad. The greatest disappointment, age withered him and changed him into Junior Dad. Psychic savagery, the greatest disappointment. The greatest disappointment, age withered him and changed him into Junior Dad. Is this about Lou Reed?
I could see that. Yeah.
60s icon to suburban elderly man.
Yeah, possibly dying vampire.
Eating egg noodles and ketchup.
That sounds right. Even when you're a rock star, heroin's still real expensive.
Absolutely.
Allegedly.
Sure. Tim, how did this thing do?
This did not sell very well.
What a shocker.
It hit number 36 on the Billboard 200, but it did that by selling 13,000 copies the first week and then immediately dropping off the chart when it only sold 3,000 copies the next week. So word of mouth wasn't great. It did do better in Europe, as you'd expect. It hit number 4 in Croatia and Czechoslovakia, number 6 in Germany and Poland, 8 in Portugal, 17 in the Dutch. I don't know how it sold overall.
Nor should you. Great. What did people think of it?
Well, we don't have an official Robert Christgau review this week, but on the occasion of Mr. Reed's death, Bobby C. wrote a tribute to him entitled Toe Sucker Blues, in which he said, there are a bunch of other records, of course, post-Ecstasy, a Poe collab that probably got too much Mazel Tov, and a Metallica collab that probably didn't get enough. So he misspells collabo, and I don't know if he likes this or not, but he thinks it should have gotten more Mazel Tov.
Okay. Dynamite, as always, Christgau.
David Bowie was also a fan. He said that this is Lou's greatest work. This is his masterpiece. And Lars Ulrich is still claiming that he thinks this is going to be viewed favorably in the future. On Amazon, 619 reviews, 3.7 out of 5 stars on average, 46% 5 stars, 17% 1 star.
Wow.
This is by somebody whose name appears to be written by a computer.
Okay.
It's called an awe listening experience. This is an album that 90% of you won't understand. It's more than just a music album. What Lou did here is a palette of poetry mixed with the instrumentation of a well-known quote-unquote metal band. He then explains a little bit about what it's about and the plays and such. Otherwise is a morbid story extremely well done and represented. If listening correctly, it will leave you in horrified awe. Accurate.
Okay, yeah.
For me, it had almost the same feeling as when I saw the movie Requiem for a Dream. If you don't have the skills and patience it takes to absorb and listen to this music, you'll unlike it for sure. That is why there are lots of FM radio stations and cheap bands produced with little creativity. Garbage tunes to infect your ear senses and minds. Acquired taste listening to real music and good rock and roll, and then try listening again. You'll have a different opinion and an open mind. You'll even understand what I'm saying right now, and you'll probably finish throwing in the trash can your Kill Switch, Engage, and Green Day records. Sorry if I sound rude, but I think my opinion is the real truth. 5 out of 5 stars.
What a giant prick.
Yeah.
God, I don't know if I want to hear another review, Tim.
Oh, yeah, we there's a couple more. This is by Mrs. Rachel Robson. This CD was bought for my boyfriend who likes this sort of music. He's extremely pleased with this CD. Good purchase. 5 out of 5 stars.
This sort
Dating
of music.
a serial killer.
Yeah, I mean, well, what kind of music is this?
I mean, yeah, that is accurate because if there's one thing this is, it's unique.
Sure,
I mean,
yeah.
yeah.
You can't be into this genre.
Yeah.
It's not a genre.
Right.
I'm into old men screaming while I listen to Metallica.
Yeah.
You go to a lot of live shows? Not a lot, no.
Oh, yeah. Next one here is by CCC. It's called Omniscience. I am a Megadeth fan. I am a Lou Reed fan. This is a squirming coil thriving in this age. So far ahead of its time, time is irrelevant. A perfect soundtrack for Lars von Trier's Melancholia. A downward dog on the whole world. Magnificent. A deck of tarot cards. You have been dealt your hand. Well, thrive. Now. 5 out of 5 stars.
Okay, I think that might be an 11th track.
Yeah. Last review here is by My Name is Mike. It's called Lou Reed 1942 to 2013 RIP. This is Lou Reed's last recording. You have to like it now, even if you don't, because Lou died and broke my heart, and I have to accept this recording now. And if you like Reed, you should too. You have no choice. 5 out of 5 stars.
I do not instantly respect things just because people die.
Yeah, but I think that's maybe one of the most honest reviews of just like, listen, I don't like this, but I feel bad not liking it.
Yeah, I am supposed to. So Great reviews, Tim. Who's this for?
Weird art school kids, serial killers, and maybe Lou's mom's fridge. You can tack it up there.
Perfect. Yeah, maybe posers.
Yeah.
Final thoughts. I mean, what have we not said about here? We wrote an entire story about Lady Deathkill.
Based on what people like try to say about this in retrospect, the David Bowie, Lars, Hetfield, Lou, etc., it's clear they don't view this as a misstep or like won't admit to that.
Right.
Like they seem to think that this is a Picasso. It's not going to be fully understood in its time. Maybe Van Gogh is a better example. I feel like maybe Picasso was understood in his time.
Kind of a brick.
Yeah. It has layers of meaning and it'll be considered a masterpiece someday in the future. I don't think it will. I hope it won't, because music will have taken a huge downturn if this is.
Yeah, I don't believe for a second that someday people will look back on this as deep, insightful, or anything more than it was. A failed experiment that makes everyone involved look foolish.
Yeah.
Tim, do you hate this album?
Oh, God, yes. Yeah, absolutely. This was a harrowing experience. I try to say, for most of these albums we do, I hate this album. That's not to say it's a bad album necessarily, or somebody shouldn't like it, or you're wrong for liking it, or you should feel bad for liking it. Not this week. This is a bad album.
Objectively.
This might not qualify as music. If you like this, you're wrong.
Nice.
What about you? Do you hate this?
Of course, yes.
Yeah.
I don't want to drag this out. Yeah, everything you just said. All right, folks. Normally we'd end the episode here, but for those of you that stuck around for part 2 and really are digging our 100th album, a little something extra, listener mail. Normally we'd be doing a prepisode this week, but instead, because we're going to probably have split this into 2 episodes, because who could listen to this end to end, we're going to do a little extra, a little listener mail. Tim, would you like to go first, or would you like me to?
You can go first.
Okie dokie. There's a small chance that we read this on the show before. I really hope not, because I don't remember it at all. All right. My listener mail this week is from Eric, and the title is Lost Amazon Transcript for Garrett Harvey. This is going to blow your mind. Eric writes, Hello. The Amazon section for the Billy Elliot soundtrack has been reopened after it was shut down because somebody kept reviewing there in order to get in touch with Garrett. I cannot in good conscience leave this person hanging and pray that Garrett Harvey will know what to do. The following is the transcript from the Lost Amazon review for the Billy Elliot soundtrack. So as best I can understand, Tim, what I'm about to read you appeared as a review repeatedly for the Billy Elliot soundtrack as a way to get in touch with me.
Okay.
Yep. I don't know why they went that route, but hey, it got here. So something worked. Okay. I love the Billy Elliot soundtrack. It is good and reminds me of Blink-182, which I know from a podcast called Why I Hate This Album podcast. 5 out of 5 for that. On another note, Garrett, I know you like to browse the Amazon reviews for the Billy Elliot soundtrack, apparently, and I forgot how to contact the podcast properly, so I'll just leave it here so you'll find it and know it's about the two of us. Oh, Jesus. I should mention, of course, as usual, did not read past the first sentence of the email. It continues. Once I drank a nasty beer called a salty surprise. While it was horrible, it was also kind of all right because I just imagined Garrett was the bartender and had made it for me, and the thought of him standing behind a bar and being all soulful and melancholy while selling bad beer kind of got me grooving on my own wavelength. He is a very handsome man, you see, and the thought of him made the pain go away. I am 62 years old and in need of him and his cuddly toys. Oh, come on, man. What? He should come to my apartment late last Saturday night and hold me in his arms and call me his little teddy bear because I like that a lot, just like Elvis Presley, who sang that song, although not for Garrett, but for some other girl through Garrett's.
This is Lou Reed. Lou Reed wrote this.
I don't know, man. The rambling continues. Elvis Presley, who sang the song, although not for Garrett, but for some other girl, though Garrett's a boy, obviously. Exclamation mark. Obviously. I would bathe in bleach like that girl who did it. Garrett, I love you, man. And this is a very good podcast, which I listen to whenever I drive to Monterey in my used rental Pontiac car, which I got from a man on the roadside who just stopped me on my bicycle and shouted, "Hey, man, would you like a free car?" It was originally a rental, but it isn't anymore. So I got off my tricycle and I took the keys from him. And it was in that very car that I just first became aware of Garrett's podcast because there was a phone in there. It had some bloodstains, but it was still functioning, and on the screen was Why I Hate This Album podcast with Garrett Harvey. Podcast is full of amazing jokes. Garrett has this one really funny bit where he pretends to be some antisocial, insane person guy who supposedly lives with him in his living room. He's really good and never breaks character. He's even given other guy his own bits, and he's excellent at keeping the characters separate. Oh well, it's like the Offspring say, you gotta keep them separated. Even though I'm a 62-year-old mom, I'm up to date on popular culture in the United States of ours, largely thanks to Garrett. I am 632 years old and have loved the show ever since that day with the bloodstains and the guy in the car and the blood-stained phone. Even though I'm guessing she meant to say 62, not 632. Even though she's old, Tim. Even though I'm old doesn't mean I ain't down to party like the Durst Man. Podcast is almost always as good as Billy Elliot's soundtrack. I get why Garrett keeps lurking in the review section. Those who don't like Billy's soundtrack must be punished. 5 out of 5 for Billy and 5 out of 5 for Garrett. Lots of love equals LOL. And that's where it abruptly ends. Tim,
Delightful.
I gotta say,
I'm in. This person is going to eat your lungs.
Listeners, write in to the Billy Elliot soundtrack Amazon review section. Of course, I can't tell you to do that. In fact, I should tell you not to do that. But should that start to happen more and more, I can't stop it. That email was incredible, Tim. Good luck following that. What else you got?
Mine is actually an iTunes review by
Jesus.
Silent Panda 52 from July 2020. It's not quite as long as what you read. It reads simply, the best podcast Luke and Chris Hemsworth have ever recorded. 5 out of 5 stars.
Wow.
I
Pretty
think
cool.
I'm the Luke. I think because I'm
no, of course you are.
beardless. But that's
Well, that's not why.
I can't.
I mean, we did establish in an episode that focused heavily on the Hemsworths that it goes Chris, Liam, Tim, Luke.
Yes.
Now, if we're making an analogy and one of us has to be Chris and one of us has to be Luke, I'm sorry, friend.
No, I
You're
don't
a
think
Luke
that's
all the
true.
way.
I think
When you're a Luke, you're a Luke all the way.
I'm on the scale. You're not even on there.
What do you mean?
I'm on the Hemsworth scale.
What, you're saying I'm not on the Hemsworth?
It goes Chris,
What the fuck are you
Liam,
talking
Tim,
about?
Luke.
No,
There's
I'm
no
saying when
Garrett.
you're there. No, when I'm in there, it goes Chris, Liam, Garrett, whole bunch of other people, Tim, Luke.
I don't know about that. Can we
okay.
at least put the whole bunch of people between me and Luke?
Oh, there's more people between you and Luke for
Okay.
sure. You're not like right above Luke. Don't worry. It's Jesse Plemons,
Oh, yeah.
Tim,
Yeah.
Luke.
Okay.
You're just below Jesse Plemons.
But there's
And Tim, I think you'd be a more attractive man if you just had more distinct features or a face. Like a toe without a nail. Tim, that was a great email review, whatever the fuck it was. And this has been an amazing 100th episode, buddy. I can't believe we've gotten this far. Can't say I'm looking forward to 100 more, though I know it'll happen. Is there anything you'd like to say before we sign off?
No, I just want to be done with Lulu forever.
Great. That brings us to the end of the episode. As always, please, if you can, rate, review, subscribe. Go out there, throw the 5 stars up there. When you're done with that, hit up the Billy Elliot soundtrack. Throw some detailed emails in there. But also, you can go to hatepod.com, get every episode we've ever done. You can click and contact us in the upper left-hand corner. That reaches out to us. Send us your thoughts, your ideas, your art, your songs, everything. We want to hear about it. What do you think of this album? Do you have personal stories that we'll find interesting here on the show? We'll read them on a per episode. You can also just email us directly at hatepodmail@gmail.com. We want to hear from you. You can also go to facebook.com/hatepod. On Instagram, it's hatepod. On Twitter, it's album hatepod. We got Discord servers. We've got Reddit subpages. Folks, if you want to get a hold of us, you can. And please do. Let's get those follows up. Let's get sharing. We've also got a best of the week we're releasing every week. I try to do it by Thursday. Most of the time it comes out Saturday. I got a lot to do, folks, so, bear with me. Point is, quick, small bites that you can share and share alike. Confuse your friends. Anger your grandma. Send them 7 minutes of pure hilarity that they can enjoy in bite-sized chunks, and then they'll want to listen to our show. For Why I Hate This Album, I have been and continue to be one of your hosts, Garrett Harvey.
I have been and will likely continue to be Gordon Ebersol.
There's cowboys running through my dreams. Nothing's quite the way it seems. Well, I joined the Navy. I got kicked out in a week. My facial features aren't distinct. I try to find some meaning in these songs. Genius is a genius, got it wrong. Well, it's a lobster murder sex thing, the bleaching of her hair, full of salt on both your ears. The riffs are too repetitive, the lyrics make no sense. All the songs are B-sides, the cover art's a mess. There's so much here to tear apart. Listen to it for a week, now the week has passed. It's the Why I Hate This Album podcast.